So I'm David Goatman. I work for a Climate-KIC partner called Knight Frank. We're based in London and we're a real estate business. We've been a KIC partner for about 6 years and we work in the buildings real estate space looking for innovations that can make buildings lower carbon.
Good value in terms of improving the energy performance of our buildings.
The challenge that we jointly selected was focused on the retrofit challenge in London. So how do we get residential and commercial buildings to achieve greater levels of energy efficiency? We're looking for innovations and input and advice on how we scale up energy efficient retrofit in London. It was very interesting having kind of a different mix of people contributing to the discussion than we would have if you've just got policymakers, and then kind of commercial people, having the universities and some of the research institutes and people was giving a different approach, which was useful to kind of frame how we might do it a bit differently when we get back.
This is such a big deal.
This event and other KIC events is bringing people together who are not necessarily minutiae focused on the specific project, but more systemically why things are going slowly, or how they could be sped up, or how they could be scaled up. And the different mix of people, particularly with the academic input as well as businesses and policy and cities as well. Particularly cities is very useful to hear why they do things that they do or why they don't do things. So it's a pretty unique group, which is kind of why we participate. I think for cities, one of the big benefits is that if you're developing policy in a kind of isolated environment, it can look good on paper that you do something, but you kind of need to test it in the real world, and you need people to say, well, actually, that's never going to work, that's not going to achieve the savings, or that's too small or too big or too broad or whatever. And I think that kind of feedback that the cities get here through the challenges has got to be useful for them to go back and think about the policies that they develop and learn from what other cities but other businesses as well are doing, and not have people repeating the same mistakes city after city after city. So the feeling that I kind of take away from the urban transitions workshops is that there's quite a lot of people working on similar things, which is useful to know what they're doing and things, but also that there's just a lot of very good positivity towards finding solutions to things which are quite difficult to find solutions to. And if you take some of that back, it's probably a good thing. It's a very positive atmosphere, and I think it's a good, refreshing thing to be part of.